Aprevit.
Bonjour.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Morning Brew Season 1, Episode 37. The 37 episodes in, this is a Yeg Music production. We are your hosts. I'm Marissa Kay.
I'm Millie Rouge.
From the band Vienna, Whyte.
Yes.
And I'm having a pretty great, well, technically today's Monday, but tomorrow's Tuesday.
Yes, that's true.
That is when this episode will be airing.
Yeah.
And it rained last night. I
did
got
it?
woken up to the sound of like plop, 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 plop.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, well, I woke up and then I went back to bed, and then I woke up and then I went back to bed, and then my alarm went off and I went back to bed, and then my alarm went off again and I went back to bed.
Yeah.
But
What time do you normally get up at?
Well,
like on a regular recording day?
Yeah. So usually I try to get up by 8:30. Usually most days I'll try to get up by 8 or 8:30, but the last couple of days I've been waking up at like 9. So it's I don't know. It works for me, but
yeah, I usually get up 9:30, 9:40. So that's impressive that you get up at 8:30.
I try to get up at 8:30, but usually I sleep through my alarm when it goes off at 8:30. It depends on which days I wake up. I don't know, like I feel like I'm weird for doing this. I know that some other people do this, but they set like a million alarms.
Yeah.
Because I'm that kind of person, because I remember one time I legitimately slept through my alarm, and I don't remember when it was. I think we had like a band meeting or something. Like you and I had something together, and I slept through the alarm.
We were just filming.
And were we?
Yeah, and I called you and you're like, I just woke up. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And we had to film in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, that was the quickest I'd ever gotten ready. Because you're like, well, we can do it later. I was like, no, I'm gonna do this now. And like, that was legitimately the most stressed I'd ever been in a long time. Because it just didn't go off. I looked at my alarm and it said 9 o'clock, and it was like, this alarm is set for tomorrow. And I was like, what is going on?
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, so that's why I set a million alarms, for that reason.
That's smart. Actually, a horror story. When I was in grade 12, I had diplomas, and I slept through an hour and a half of my social diploma exam.
Oh.
So I lived
like retake it.
Well, I think they might have let me do it, but I think what had happened is I literally woke up and I was like, holy shit, like screaming. And I lived 20 minutes walking distance to my school. So I always used to walk to school because it wasn't like a very hard walk. It was like summertime by this point. So I was running, like I was like stressed out running to this place. I get to my exam, I'm like, I'm ready. And they're like, you could probably retake this. I was like, no, I'm here. Just let me take it. Which I probably just should have rescheduled, because social diploma exams have so much reading. Like so much reading.
Oh yeah, so much.
Oh,
actually that's funny. That's good. I had a very similar experience in university. I think I told you the story already. But I was driving to McEwen, and it was like the big orange building that was like downtown in Jasper Place. And I was driving to work, and like I think it's 156th Street, I think, where you're like driving down, and then it's like a two-way, but then it turns into just a one-way, like as you pass a certain avenue.
Yeah.
And so there was this big truck that was driving beside me, but they were in the left turn only lane. So I was like, okay, well, and I kind of like slowed down, and I was like, okay, do they want to get into this lane? And then they weren't signaling. I was like, okay. And I just like sped up, and I was like, okay, well, I got to get to my midterm.
Oh no.
For electroacoustic music was the midterm, so with Paul Johnston. And so I was speeding up, and then all I hear is, and I'm like, and I like screamed and then laid on my horn. So he like pushed me over, and I was like, and I just like stopped, and then I honked my horn again because I was like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I don't know what else to do.
So then this guy got out, and he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. That was all my fault. And I was like, I was in your blind spot, but okay, you admit fault. It's fine.
Never admit fault. If they admit fault, you just take it. You accept it.
Yeah. So he admitted fault right away, and he was like from this construction company. So he called his boss. We were like just down the road from the police station too. But I was like, I don't have time to go to the police station. I have a midterm right now. And I was like freaking out. And I was like, I'm missing out. He was like, are you okay? Are you okay? I was like, no, I'm fine. And I was like kind of shaking because like he like took a hole through my door. Basically, my door was like had a hole in it now. And that was my crappy 2000 Sunfire.
Must have felt so bad. Like the fact
Oh,
that you had the midterm.
Yeah, he felt really bad. Like he was very remorseful. His boss came in and was like calling him an idiot, and I was like, "Whoa, dude!" Like he was kind of being a jerk to his employee, and I was like, "He's like, yeah, I'm sorry for this dumbass," and I was like, "Whoa, that was weird."
Alrighty.
But yeah, I don't know, I don't know how it would feel if my boss called me that.
Call me an
but,
idiot. Well,
so anyway, so anyway, long story short, I got to my midterm and a similar thing where I was like, I'm here. And then like, I already told Kate that I wasn't going to make it. And then she was like, okay, I'll tell Paul. And then I walked in, I like ran in with like sweating and like had all my stuff on and like everyone looks up from their exams and I'm like,
you're like, oh God.
I'm here. And then Paul was like, do you want to you can take it later. I was like, no, I'll take it. And I didn't do very well. I think I got like 60% on that exam.
Oh no.
I was stressed when I took it. I should have just waited, but
yeah, it's weird when you get into an experience with a car where like even I've been like rear-ended before or just like a tight altercation because it makes you just like it makes my hands get all shaky and I'm like even if I didn't hit someone, it freaks me out. So
yeah,
it's a weird feeling.
Yeah, I had never run up 4 flights of stairs so fast in my life, carrying a backpack and a laptop.
Yeah. Well, speaking of music and music school and running so fast to be successful on your test, let's talk about our topic of the day.
And what is our topic of the day?
Our topic of today is our top 3 picks of Canadian or American Idol winners / contestants. Do you have that tied in?
Oh yeah, ties into music school perfectly. So
really
we are live on Instagram right now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the preview for Tuesday's episode of the Morning Brew. For everybody who's on the Morning Brew right now, we're doing our preview. So for everyone who's on the Morning Brew, you're going to get the full experience. For everyone on Instagram, you're just going to get a little 10-minute preview right now of tomorrow's episode. And so we're talking about our top 3, right? We're talking about our top 3 favorite American Idol.
American or Canadian Idol contestants / winners.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Lee Detsum's here. Hey, Lee.
Welcome.
How's it going? So we're talking about our favorite American Idol / Canadian people. They're not necessarily winners, though. We don't need to talk about the winners.
Yeah, I think contestants or winners. So
cool. Mm-hmm. So I actually had a lot of fun, like kind of reminiscing because I don't really watch this show anymore. Well, you even explained to me earlier that it's still going, which I thought it was canceled.
As far as I know, it's a still thriving TV show with like Katy Perry, John Legend, and Lionel Richie. So they're just like, hey, Graven. They're just sorry. They're still thriving. No Simon Cowell. They got rid of that kind of like.
I miss Simon. Simon, okay, like peak American Idol culture is Simon,
Paula.
Simon, Paula, and what the heck is his name? Randy. Yes, Simon, Randy. Paula, and Randy.
I don't know his last name.
Yeah, I don't remember his last name either. But it's
Randy Krause.
Oh, okay.
Travis. Sorry.
Travis? Oh, Randy Travis.
I'm being told from my inner mic what his last name is. No, it's just my roommate.
So yeah, it was funny because like I was kind of reminiscing about the show and I used to like follow it pretty closely. Like I used to be one of those people who was like, okay, we got to call, we got to text at the end of the show. Like that was.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. I did it all the time. We would gather as a family. Me and my parents would be like, okay, who are we gonna vote for? Like.
That's so funny.
It was
I used to watch auditions, but after the auditions, I just kind of got bored and I was like, I don't really care. Like whoever wins, I'll keep up with. But like the auditions are the fun part because you get the really crappy, the really good, the kind of in between, the harsh comments from the judges, and you're like, oh, how dare they?
Well, it's funny, like watching the old American Idol auditions, like I kind of feel bad for some people when they air it because obviously like these people were never told that they didn't sound very good or that they didn't sound good enough to be on American Idol and they were just like went anyway. Mm-hmm. So like, and I know that a lot of the people that they show who auditions go very poorly are the people who are kind of like, very pig-headed and like very delusional. Like they don't understand why they're being told no because they've never been told no before
in their life.
But
Well, they'll
like,
say that usually. They'll be like, my family and friends tell me I'm great. And you're like,
yeah, and that's the thing.
honey, no.
Well, but that's the thing too. It's like yes, support is great. Yes, support is good, but at the end
In
of the day,
line.
like you need to understand where you stand, and like, but I also think that, like, shoot your shot. If you want to
Mhm,
try, go
mhm.
for it. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and crap on your dreams if
I
you want to
think,
go
yeah.
on that show. But
I think that's a really hard thing because this is funny that we have this topic because I was actually talking to this about Chris and I was like, you know, I've seen my range of different artists that have talent and some that don't. I'm just like, how do they continue to think? And I mean, this would be the same thing if like I played soccer and I was really terrible. Like, how do you continue to think? And I know a lot of the time it's support from your friends and family, but how do
mhm.
you not see for yourself, when you compare yourself to other artists and you can't see that there's clearly a lack of, like a lack of levels, I guess, is
Yeah,
what I want to
I
say.
think.
And it's hard as a friend to be honest because that's a very,
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I don't know
And
how you do that.
it's tough to say because, like, you want to be supportive, and like I'm very supportive of anybody who just wants to sing, and like, because
Yeah.
I will fully admit I love hearing people sing no matter what their skill level is. Like,
Yeah.
I love it because it just kind of shows you a different side of that person.
Hmm.
And I think it shows you a side of their personality. I don't know, it's like a weird thing for me, but
Yeah.
I enjoy it very much.
Yeah.
Whether you're good or bad, I love to hear you sing. But if so, the way I gauge it, like if I'm going to be
Hmm.
talking to a friend or a student for
Yeah.
that matter, the first thing I kind of go through with that person is, okay, why do you want to do music? Do you want to be a professional? Do you want to just do it for fun? Do you want to get better at
Yeah.
karaoke? Are you doing this just for you? Like, what are you doing this for? And if they say it's just for fun, I'm like, hey, then we won't worry about like making everything perfect. Like, we
Perfect.
don't
Yeah.
need you to sing melismas insanely well. You don't need to talk about, we don't need to talk about like how good your tone is and blah, blah, blah. Like, we'll do it so you can sing safely, but
Yeah.
for the most part, we'll just have fun. But then if someone comes to me and they're saying, I want to have a professional career in music, I want to make money playing music, I want this. So then I sit them down
That's
and
a
I'm
different
like, okay, we're
story.
going to sing through a song. And then after the song, I'm like, okay, I start with the good things. And then I'm like, here's what you need to work on.
Mm.
And then that's how we'll move forward. And like, I try to be as honest as possible
Hmm.
in that sense. So like, if my friend, whoever it was, if they came to me and they're like, Marissa, I'm going to go on American Idol, and I've heard them sing and they're not good, I'd be like, okay, you should take voice lessons first before you go. Like, I would say
Yeah.
that as a friend. And not to be mean or anything. It's not like you suck, you're terrible, blah, blah. I just think that if you're going to be a professional, or if you want to be a professional musician, like, you have to put in the work to make your craft as good as it can be,
Yeah.
because it's music. That's like the whole point of what you're doing. If you're only putting in half the amount of effort into your music as you are with everything else, then it's like, you can promote yourself as much as you want, but then if your product is not polished, if it's not a good product, then like, that you're kind of leading people to this thing that's just kind of like, oh,
Well, I think if you are a musician or an artist or whatever, you should be able to take, if you want to be successful like they're on American Idol or as the celebrities are, you should be able to take constructive criticism because this is only the first step of your career if you do get
that's another good
successful.
point. Yeah.
And you're only going to get way more harsher, more intense criticism. You're going to get comments about your body. So you have to be able to fully be like,
You got to
okay,
take it.
this
Yeah.
producer said I sound pitchy when I do when I'm in like live recording. So I need to work on being less pitchy. Like you have to like, and obviously you take things with a grain of salt. Like not everyone who says everything has the knowledge, but you
Yeah.
take it with a grain of salt and say, you know what, actually, yeah, I do notice that too. Or you know what, I actually think that pitchiness kind of works for me. So I'm going to take that and go to a different producer and tell them this pitchiness is now my like thing. But
Yeah.
it depends. It really depends on the situation. But I think if it's someone you trust and like it's a family or friend or like a producer you're working with and they're telling you something, you should most likely take that advice for
Exactly.
they're
Don't
looking out for
surround
you.
yourself with yes people, because they
Yes,
will not help you. Have a couple
exactly.
yes people to validate you and make you feel good. Like, yes people, like your mom, your dad, your
Yeah,
friends, like the
yeah,
people who will support you no matter what. And then have some other people around you who will tell you,
yeah.
hey, you sound like crap, you need to get better. Like, you need that. And it's
Yeah.
not in a malicious way at all. It's just, but anyway,
Hmm.
we could go back and forth on this.
Yeah.
So the point behind all this conversation was, it's for those reasons exactly why I appreciated Simon Cowell, and I'm really sad that he's not on the show anymore.
Yes. Well, he did.
Like,
he did go to other shows that were musically talented involved. But so okay, he was the one who created the Spice Girls group, correct?
What?
Simon Cowell.
Did he make the
I
Spice
think
Girls?
he formed and worked with the Spice Girls for a while.
What?
Pretty sure, yeah.
I know he made One Direction.
Yeah, but before
I
that,
know he made the Spice Girls. Are you serious?
Pretty sure. Maybe you need to look this up.
But
my phone's being used, so I can't look it up yet.
Hold on.
I'm like
Simon Cowell
80% sure.
Spice Girls? Question mark?
Question mark?
I've never heard of that before. That's insane.
Well, he is old, so
I guess, yeah. Like, and to be fair, he was pretty cruel sometimes, where I was like, okay, that was needlessly cruel.
Yeah.
Well,
but I mean, where does his experience come from, right? So if he did work with the Spice Girls, then that would make sense. But I can't remember where else his like training or knowledge is from.
Yeah, well, and I think if I had to think about it from his perspective, he's been in this for years. Like, he may not be musically talented, but he's heard enough to to have a good scale for it, or to have like a good measuring for it. Yeah. And if I had to think about it in his shoes, they're all three of them. They're sitting there for like 8 hours a day, listening to person after person. Like, after a while, it gets exhausting to be so careful with people's emotions and to like do all this emotional labor for people who are like, you're this and you're this, and you're just like, okay, yeah, you're bad, bye. Like, I would imagine what I would do in that situation. I'd probably act the same way. I'd be like, just like, leave, please.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, so I can understand where that would come from. But I mean, it's also a reality show, so they amp it up. Yeah, you gotta. It's a reality show, so yeah, you gotta. Anyway, we're getting off topic. We're getting off topic. Let's go to our main American Idol picks.
Yes. So I think my third option, if I'm going to start from 3 to 1, would be Carly Rae Jepsen.
Oh.
Now, I bet you forgot that she was on Canadian Idol, but she was.
Carly Rae Jepsen, that's a good pick.
I don't know if she won. Great. I think she did win, but I can't remember.
Fun fact, Roya, my friend Roya.
Yes.
She went to, I think it was high school with her, this like performing arts school with Carly Rae Jepsen. At least I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm remembering that wrong. I remember hearing somewhere that she was like a diva in high school, or like through her like production, and she like was sassy frassy, which might not actually be true, but that's what I heard. I honestly have no idea. I cannot speak to the character of Carly Rae Jepsen because I
cannot either.
That's a good pick. I'd say Lee asked, who is your favorite American Idol contestant ever? Well, that's kind of what we're talking about right now. Yeah. We're getting to that. If you want to catch the rest of this Instagram, I'm going to give my pick and then we're going to end this. If you guys want to see the rest of it, you have to tune in tomorrow on YouTube to check out the rest of it. So my third pick, which seems like a really, really big one, Carrie Underwood.
Yeah, I was going to say that was my second.
Because
she's American.
Yeah, she's insane. Like, she's got this incredible voice. And I remember I watched her audition, and then I watched her all throughout American Idol. Yeah. And I was just, by the end of it, I was just like so happy for her and so proud of her. Yeah. And like, I mean, she has an insane voice. And
honestly, she's done the best off of that show.
Probably. Yeah. Say. Like, I think for a long time, I think people forgot that she was on American Idol. Like, same with Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. But she's, I actually had, I don't know if I still have it here. Yeah, I totally have her CD in my little thing here. I don't know if you can see it on the side, but I have her CD in my whole collection of CDs here. And I think it was called Some Hearts. Yeah, in like the field. And like, I wanted to be Carrie Underwood for like a short period while I was into country music. And that's all I listened to. But I'm going to go listen to that album again. I missed that album. That's a good one. That's got Jesus Take the Wheel. That's got Before He Cheats.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good bops.
Yes.
So that's all the time we have today on Instagram. But if you, again, like Marissa said, if you want to check out more about our opinions on American Idol / Canadian Idol, head to our YouTube channel
where we will continue this.
But you will see the episode live tomorrow.
Yes. So Instagram, we'll see you tomorrow. And we're going to keep going on this call here. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
So Carrie Underwood was my first pick.
I think she was my second, if I believe.
Second pick. See, for me, it was so hard to choose because there's so many good ones. I have one that's kind of like a weird pick, but I can't tell you why I picked it. For my second pick. So my second pick was I don't even know if we remember who this person is, but Kaylin Porter from Canadian Idol.
Yes.
What happened to him?
Oh my God, that guy was hilarious. There's so many speculations.
Yeah, I still have that CD of the one song that he sang.
He was like weirdly really popular in Canada for like a short while.
Because he was a looker. That's why he's just like so pretty to look at.
Right?
Like, because when I listened back to his song, I was like, yeah, he's good, but I was just kind of like, I think he was just also just very attractive, and I think that's a huge reason as to why he might have won. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's
Hot
a lot
take,
of people
I don't know.
On American Idol. Like, if they're attractive enough, then yeah, it definitely helps. Definitely helps. I don't know if you remember Chris Allen. Is he the guy who's from Daughtry? Chris Allen? You know?
No, wasn't that his name, Chris Daughtry? I thought his name was Chris Daughtry.
Oh, sorry, not Chris Daughtry. No, I can't remember. But yeah, I remember him for some reason sticking out a lot. But there was like David, what's the other guy's name? David Lachey? No. Not Nick Lachey.
Not Nick Lachey.
That's wrong. Very wrong. Anyhow, some really great artists. An honorable mention that we were talking about before this started recording was Jordan Sparks.
Yes.
Because she had a very 2000s kind of, thing, and then she kind of just fizzled out. I mean, I know she's still doing stuff, but I actually interviewed a roundtable guest named Bianca Jade. I think it was Bianca Jade. Yeah, and she told me that she actually won this like contest of some sort, and she worked with Jordan Sparks in a studio, and she like helped her produce a song, which was really cool. But she said she was really, really sweet, cool. And she was a nice lady. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Man, can you imagine being able to say that you got to do that?
I know.
Oh, right? Yeah.
She was so casual about it. She's like, yeah, it was fun. I was like, yeah, that would be.
No big deal. I'm kind of a big deal, but it's no big
deal. I'm the shiz.
I'm sure that's not how she said it, but I imagine that that's what I would do if I had worked with Jordan Sparks. I'd be like, yeah. It's no big deal, like whatever. I would find a way to work it into every conversation somehow. They'd be like, oh God, Marissa's here. She's going to talk about Jordan Sparks again. Guys, did I tell you that that would be me. If I worked with anybody famous, I would work it into every single conversation. Mostly because like, that's amazing that you do that.
Right? I try not to be annoying about it, but I always casually bring up the fact that I met Taylor Swift into conversation with any person who's like, I love Taylor Swift. I'm like, let me tell you.
I didn't know that until we talked about our favorite albums. Right. And then you mentioned you knew Taylor Swift. I was like, how did we go this long being friends? We've been like super close for like 2 years.
I know.
2 years.
And I've played so many Taylor Swift songs on the stream that I could have had so many opportunities to bring it up. So clearly I don't bring it up that often, but.
How dare you? I think the most famous person I met was Major Bedhead from Big Comfy Couch.
What?
Do you know who Major Bedhead is from Big Comfy Couch? I met Major Bedhead.
What? That is so weird.
I know.
That's so strange. I think other than Taylor Swift, I've met the cast of Twilight. I think I've told you that story.
Ooh.
I waited in line for 8 hours to meet.
Yes, you did tell me that. That's pretty awesome.
Basically nobodies, but.
Oh! I also met Fred Penner. That was a highlight of my life. I met Fred Penner.
Who's Fred Penner?
Fred Penner, beloved child entertainer from like Canadian child entertainer. Fred Penner. The cat came back the very next day.
Oh.
The cat came back. Yeah, that's Fred Penner.
Wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah, he played at the Buckingham. I went with Kate and we went to go see him play at the Buckingham. Yeah, he played Sandwiches in a bar in Edmonton. Sandwiches, and like the whole bar was like, sandwiches are beautiful, sandwiches are fine. Oh my God, it was awesome.
Is that the guy that sings? Okay, this is like totally a stretch, but does he sing the song about like apples and bananas? You're like, no.
No, I'm trying to think. I can't. He has a lot of songs.
This is a song that goes, I like to eat, eat, eat.
Maybe that's him. That might be Sharon Lois and Bram.
I think maybe that's a duo.
I don't know. I know a lot of child entertainers sang that song. So, but yeah. Anyway, that's the most famous people I've met. So,
Cool.
Canadian, both Canadian.
Yeah. Oh, I like briefly. No, we're getting really off topic, but I briefly met Michael Bublé.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yes, you told me this story. That's so
was serving
cool.
at Earl's, and I wasn't serving his table, which I was so pissed about. But he asked me for more water, and I was like, "Yes, Michael. Yes, Daddy Michael." I'm just kidding. That's gross.
Don't ever say that ever again.
So
please never say that. Go ahead and never say that again.
His 2-year-old son was right there, so that's really inappropriate. So I grab his glass and I'm like, "Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up." Just like pouring.
And then you come up to him and you're just like, "Fly me to the moon."
I wanna go home. Let me go home. Just like, oh my god.
You're just like, I'm a singer too. Ah.
Oh, it was so fun. It was so funny though. I didn't ask him for a picture.
It makes me wonder how I would react if I met someone like that. But
well, see,
really
I thought when I met, I think I told you this again, but when I met Taylor Swift, I'd be like, because there was that one girl at the meet and greet that's like, I made you this bracelet that's $2, and I was like, girl. But I was just like, hey, great show. Yeah, there's like nothing to say because you don't know these people like you think you know them, right?
Oh yeah, you don't know them at all.
No,
that's really funny.
And that's why I think people are so caught off guard when they're assholes or they're like moody or bratty, and it's like, yeah, I would feel the same way if people were in my face 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow, let's get back to American Idol.
Yes, we need to talk about our number one picks.
Carly Rae Jepsen, Carrie Underwood, and then I have my number one actually.
Okay, what's your number one?
And the reason I picked him as my number one, he's from American Idol. He won American Idol. It was because I went to his concert live. So actually, when we talked about our top 3 favorite, I think it was, I don't know if it was albums. I don't think it was albums. Concerts we've been to or something. I mentioned Philip Phillips, who was an American Idol winner. So he had the song Home, like Home and Gone, Gone, Gone or something like that.
I didn't realize he was on American Idol.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Like, it was really random. I don't remember how I started listening to him, but I think it was those like radio hits, and I started to really like him. And then my friend and I went to his concert. He's just an incredible musician, and I think most American Idol people are, but you can tell there's some that really are naturally gifted and like just are meant to be, like, deserve to win, if you will. Like Carrie Underwood, for example, very gifted.
Oh yeah,
for sure. But I mean, I think Kelly Clarkson's also an honorable mention, but I'm not a huge fan of Kelly Clarkson. I think at the time she was like super in and hot, and her songs.
In a small town.
Yeah, like that was the bop of 2000. And
I'm gonna sing that song all day.
Yeah, we should cover that.
I'll spread my wings and I'll learn how to fly. Such a good song.
It's actually gonna be stuck in our heads all day now.
That is peak 2000s like childhood.
Yeah, well, she actually has a talk show now.
Does
she went from being like a artist to being on The Voice. I think she's on The Voice. Judged for a few years, and then now she has like a Kelly Clarkson talk show.
Yeah, she's got like doesn't she have a kid too? Yeah, that's cool.
She's doing pretty well.
That's awesome. How amazing would it be, like, wake up and you're just like, my mom is Kelly Clarkson. Like, that's pretty sweet.
I think most kids of celebrities, though, don't think their parents are famous. Like, they don't see them that way.
That's true. Yeah,
and
that's
usually
very
like,
true.
Like, I hear so many Avengers actors that are like, yeah, my son doesn't even know that I'm a superhero. He's always like, I like Spider-Man better. Like.
Or like Dave Grohl with his daughter. He's just like, it does not matter. He's like, I can be the biggest rock star in the world. My daughter does not care.
I love it. So that is actually our
I didn't get to get my first pick. How dare you cut me off? No, I didn't get to say mine. How dare you?
Sorry. My bad. You don't get a pick one. Goodbye, everybody.
Well, now I feel like it's not worth it anymore. No, I'm kidding.
I'm sorry.
So, before we go today, I'll quickly say my first pick.
No, you don't have to do it quick.
For me, it was between Kelly Clarkson and Jacob Hoggard. I'm gonna say Jacob Hogard because I liked Headley more at the time.
Yeah. And he's a
Because
Canadian classic, you know?
yes.
Until
yes,
that weird stuff came out about him. Actually, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Just in terms of just like singing.
Yes.
I really, really like Jacob
Yes.
Hogard. But that's because I really, really love the band Headley. Yeah, but yeah, he's Canadian, you know? So gotta represent the Canadians.
I totally forgot that his band fizzled out because of that thing.
Because of what thing?
I forgot. He like had 3 allegations come out that he had underage, like sexually harassed 14-year-olds.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Can I change my answer? I didn't know that. That's okay. I'm gonna
But
go with Kelly
it came
Clarkson.
out like a year ago or a year or 2 ago, and then everyone was just like,
Nope. Cancel
Headley.
Jacob Hogard. No, I'm gonna go with Kelly Clarkson. I didn't realize that was a thing. I feel stupid for not knowing that.
No, that's
Cancel
okay.
that. Jacob Hogard, you're not my favorite anymore. How dare you? Kelly Clarkson.
And like radio stations like just stopped playing Headley. It was quite a drastic like.
How did I not know this?
I don't know. It was quite a big deal, I feel like, at the time, but
maybe I just didn't keep up with it. I can't believe I didn't know that. I feel really stupid for not
But I
knowing
know what you mean though, because musically, like, they're a great band. He's super effing talented.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you can separate the art and the person, great art.
I can appreciate his voice for what it was. I guess before all that went down. I still can't believe I didn't know that. You just blew my freaking mind.
Well, if you think about it, you never hear Headley songs on the radio anymore. Like even like old reruns of,
true.
You know, because you know how you still hear like you'll still hear what's that rapper? Colonel Official, and you'll like always hear him on the radio, and you're just like, okay, you're playing him because he's Canadian, but it's fine, you know. And you're like, I know this is a really old song, but I'll let you have this one. Like they always play that one, like the tide is high, and he like raps on it. Anyway. But they never play Headley.
Well,
so don't let the fame get to your head and screw with young children. That's just yucky.
Yeah, it is icky. It is yucky.
So Kelly Clarkson.
Yes, no. I 100%. Yeah, let's just pretend Marissa never said Jacob Hogard because
it's okay. I kind of forgot about it till literally just now when you said his name again. I was like, oh yeah.
I feel yucky just thinking about that now. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yes. So it was a very hard decision, but now it's a very easy decision. Kelly Clarkson all the way.
Yay.
Yeah. So because she just has these incredible vocals, and yes, as she's kind of gone through the years, you know, voices age. But yeah, she has this incredible range, and I mean, you know, all of us as a kid were trying to sing.
Oh gosh.
I still can't, but I try, and my voice cracks, and it's
so hard.
Yeah. But yeah, she's obviously she's killing it nowadays, and she's doing really good for herself, and I've kind of been following her story, like as she kind of comes in and out of the news and stuff, and yeah, she's very inspiring for sure.
And she had one of those like childhoods that's where that song Behind Those Hazel Eyes, I think it talks about her relationship with like her father, I think, and she's had a tough upbringing, so it's really nice when you see an artist who like just evolves for the best, and like you can tell they're truly happy. So
and she's gone through a lot of struggles too in terms of like, you know, body image and all that jazz, and
I know that came up in the news.
So it's encouraging to see someone like her, you know, being like a normal human, you know, and it helps with the validation, and it helps with like humanizing people.
Yes.
Because I feel oftentimes, I guess similarly to the other people we've talked about earlier today, is like we have this kind of idea in our heads of who these people are, but you know, I think more and more we're starting to see a little bit more into their lives, and just kind of like they're just like us, but in not like a weird superficial way, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
okay, so now we are done for today. My bad. I'm sorry. I feel like an a-hole. My bad.
No, that's okay. I feel like an a-hole for choosing Jacob Hogard over Kelly Clarkson.
I just kind of got mixed up because we were talking about Carrie Underwood. We both agreed on Carrie Underwood, so I was like, oh, we've already said it, and then
no, it's totally fine. Don't worry about it. I will only hold it against you forever.
It's funny because whenever Chris edits the video, he's like, I can always tell when you're about to end your videos because your volume gets a lot louder out of nowhere. So he's going to go to the volume and be like, oh, psych. So I hope he doesn't cut you off. No, I'm sure it'll be fine.
How funny would that be? Oh my God. It'd be hilarious.
Everybody, that is the end for today. Thank you for tuning in to hear us listen about American/Canadian Idol. My name is
Listen. Yes. My name is Marissa Kay. Thank you for hearing us listen.
Did I say that?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for hearing us talk.
And thanks for tuning in. For everybody who's here from YouTube, thanks for watching. For everybody who came from Instagram, thanks for joining us. And for everybody on Spotify, thanks for listening. Yeah. And make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell button to be notified when these shows come out. They come out daily, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. every single day. And if you're on Spotify, why don't you just hit the follow button, hit the like button, put us in your ears while you're making some coffee, having some breakfast. And you can also be disgusted with us about the horrors of what celebrities do sometimes.
Yep. And me calling Michael Bublé daddy.
And on that note,
bye. Coffee. Bye, everybody.
Bye.